go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my songs. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to a new live stream. Of course, it is Wednesday, the 25th of September. And as always, of course, we are going to go through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We are going to take a look at what is going on. We are going to run through what I'm looking for next, what I'm planning on doing, the trades I'm looking to take, all of that juicy stuff, of course. So, sorry. If that all does sound interesting, please do smash that thumbs up button. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn that bell notification on so you never miss updates like these. Because I'm always walking through the trades that I'm looking to take in advance on these live streams. And then, of course, in the Visionary Discord, to the Visionary members, I do give the trades as I am taking them, right? That's where I tell the team when I'm actually taking the trades in the time. So, of course, if you do want access to that as well, that is the first link in the description. Or there is a free Discord, which is the second link in the description. So, enough of that, right? Let's jump into it and have a little discussion. I will try and keep it a little bit shorter again today because I understand that nothing too much has changed, but there are things that we can of course talk about. So let's dive straight on into it. So where we are right now, okay, is of course, I'm looking for higher prices. I've been quite vocal on $65,000 ever since we broke the bearish structure, okay, to bullish structure, of course. I've been quite vocal on, okay, now we can look for $65,000. Of course, previously, yes, I was quite vocal on looking for $48,900. But then, of course, things change. We invalidate that, right? We now have a new target. Of course, it didn't negatively affect this short trade whatsoever. Why? Because this was already a very profitable, very positive short trade, because we took a TP1, we took a TP2, we moved the stop loss to entry. Okay, so in itself, it was a very, very profitable trade, even though, okay, we were expecting to see a little bit more profits extracted from that trade. Okay, again, right, we didn't get negatively affected because we took a TP1, we took a TP2, okay, and stop loss was at entry. So when we did get stopped out, we did make a nice profit from that trade. Now, of course, like I was saying, bearish structure was broken. We then formed bullish structure, okay, and we are now looking for $65,000, which we have actually front run ever so slightly. We have front run $65,000 ever so slightly. So that happened late last night, if I can remember, if I remember correctly. So where are we here? So, or was it early this morning? So early this morning is when we saw a new local high. So this was at approximately 2 o'clock in the morning. So of course I was asleep at that time. But what we got is a bit of a swing failure pattern of this local high. This, you can call it a range high if we're looking at this as a range, right? So a little intraday swing failure pattern for a short trade. Okay, we did actually get a fair few longs open up there. So I mean, if you were awake, if you were looking at the order flow, you could have possibly sniped this as a bit of a short trade here. And yeah, it would have been a nice short trade. Again, I'm not personally looking for these smaller day trades at this moment in time. I'm waiting for that bigger level, which is $65,000, of course, for that bigger trade. So yeah, that's kind of still where I'm sat, right? $65,000 is still a target I would like to see. And of course, $65,000 is where we have that bigger short trade planned from as well. Of course, we've got lots of resistance there, but it's not a level that I will see price coming into and then instantly short. So right, again, if you are a regular watcher of the channel, you will know this is not how I trade. I do not set limit orders. I will not be setting a limit order at $65,000 for a short trade. Okay, all it is that I acknowledge that the area between around 67,000, let's say, and 65,000, this area here, okay, is a level that I'm interested in shorting. And let me just highlight that, interested. Okay, I'm interested in it, okay, but it's not a definite level that I'm interested a definite level that I'm looking to short, right? What it is for me is, okay, I'm interested in this level, let's see what happens at the level. So of course, we've got resistance there, we've got the possibility of a trade entry trigger there as well. So all it is of course looking at the order flow, looking at what retail traders are doing up here, of course seeing if there are any big institutions up there, big players up there who are of course absorbing price action as well, and not in terms of I don't want to get you guys confused, but not in terms of bearish CVD or anything. We can view it another way, of course. But yeah, looking for all of these things up here that I want to see, the possibility of like trapped traders being formed, right? Trap long trades. And then of course, waiting for that trade entry trigger. And then, once we see all of this occur and all of it lines up, and then we finally get that trade entry trigger, like I said, okay, we can of course look to take that short trade, right? But up until that point, okay, it's just a level that I'm interested in trading. Okay, not a level that I'm going to trade. It's just a level that I'm interested in trading. So that's kind of how I view this level, right? Now, like I said, right, I may not trade this level, right? If I do not see the setup here, I will not take the trade. But it doesn't mean that I'm not looking for a short trade, because of course I'm still looking for a short trade, right? Because price is rising. So I would be looking to come up to possibly $70,000 approximately, let's call it, averaged out, okay, approximately $70,000. If we do not get the short trade between 65 and 67,000, I would then be looking for a short trade at approximately $1,000. Of course, I have to see the same things that I've talked about here. I need to see everything aligning up here for me to possibly enter into that short trade. If I do not see that happen, okay, then I will not take the trade, and then we can of course then look for higher prices from there. So, a big part of trading, like I went into detail yesterday, is patience, having patience, exercising patience. For me right now, it is still just remaining patient, waiting for $65,000. Now, yeah, like I said, we front run it ever so slightly. Okay, we can actually find an exact level that we came up to. So we came up to $64,833.05. So yeah, that is a very, very fine front run of the level. And I mean, we see this sometimes, right? We see this where we front run levels, and it does unfortunately put us in that scenario where we do miss the trade. I still think we can take out $65,000. Can we front run the level? Yeah, of course, right? Which is annoying. Okay, but right, again, we're looking for the highest probability trade setups here. So I'm not going to enter into a trade here just because we've slightly front run the level. I would rather see the level, because like where we are now, we're not really rejecting from anywhere. If you take a look at the naked points of control as well, okay, we've actually broken above that naked point of control that we had at 63,775, which is now, of course, a tapped naked point of control. We've broken above that. Now we're getting kind of accepted back below it. It's not really a level of interest for me anyway, but we're kind of just rejecting from a bit of a random level here. So again, this is not a high probability trade. It's not a high probability short trade. And again, like I said, it does happen where we do front run levels, and that's kind of that's what kind of happens when too many people are looking for a certain target. Okay, so if we do end up front running this level, then of course it means that too many people were looking for $65,000. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't disagree with that. Okay, again, it doesn't give me the right to enter into a trade. Okay, but yeah, I think everybody is extremely bullish at this moment in time. We can see that because I walked through it numerous times. Okay, every single move up, all retail traders have been longing all of these moves up. Okay, but what's happened to them on the pullback? They got wrecked, absolutely obliterated on that pullback. Okay, so this tells us very, very clearly that everybody is incredibly bullish, but the market is not ready to be bullish. If the market isn't ready to be bullish, okay, everybody's going to get wrecked. And if this continues, where we see retail traders longing the move up, okay, FOMO longing the move up, and then getting wrecked on the move down, at some point, this is going to cause a big, big crash in the market, of course, if this continues, right? We can break this, right? We can kind of break this trend, okay? If we can break this bearish structure that we are in, we can very much break this trend that we're in, and we don't get that crash, okay? But like I've said quite a few times, this is not sustainable price action at all, which can lead to a very, very, very big pullback. When I say a very, very, very big pullback, okay, right, maybe we're looking at like $45,000 to $42,000, because I do think, $42,000, $43,000, there is major support there. But yeah, initially it can cause a big pullback because, again, like I said, it's not sustainable price action. Think about, again, I always like to look at things in a logical manner, right? And logically, okay, everybody longing every single move up, okay, every single move up, because that's what we've seen, right? This is not me just making things up on the spot, right? This is what we've seen in the order flow. Everybody has longed every single move up, okay? Every single rise that we saw, okay, this big swing rise, which of course we longed as well, but we longed before all the retail traders FOMO'd in, okay? So everybody has longed these moves up, okay? However, what has happened to all these retail traders? Well, all these retail traders have got wrecked as prices pulled back. Okay, all of them has. And if you think about it logically, right, that is just not sustainable. Price cannot continue to do that without getting a huge crash. That is something that we can look at as being very, very bearish. Now, like I said, we can break this trend, okay, and we don't have to get that big crash. Yes, but we need to see certain things happen. One of them being getting above, I'd say, $70,000, right? That's when we can quite confidently say, okay, we've broken this bearish structure that we are in. But up until that point, okay, there is still that possibility because we're still seeing the same thing play out, right? We're still seeing longs opening up on the rise, FOMO longs, which then get wrecked. Okay, maybe we didn't wreck every single long that opened up this time, right? But again, we're seeing the same thing. This move up is fueled by long trades, okay? It's fueled by long trades, right? But if we start to see a big pullback here, what's going to happen to all of those long trades? They're going to get wrecked, okay? Now, this is okay, right? It's okay to see long trades get wrecked, okay? Even a huge amount of long trades get wrecked. But, right, what we have to, again, thinking about it logically, right? If we see millions upon millions upon millions of long trades FOMOing in, right? What would we rather see? Okay, would we rather see higher highs or higher lows? Okay, for this to continue, right? Well, of course, we would rather see higher highs. Okay, we would rather see bullish structure when these longs are opening. Okay, that can give us confidence, right? Okay, yes, maybe we'll see quite a large chunk of these longs get stopped out on a pullback. Okay, but we're looking for that pullback to, of course, form a higher low, right, to form that bullish structure, right? But we're doing kind of the opposite here, where of course we're seeing all of these longs coming in. So the market is, considering Bitcoin being extremely bullish, right? But we're in bearish structure. Okay, and all of these longs are getting completely wiped out of the market, not just a small portion of them, right? It's all of them that are getting wiped out of the market. Okay, and this is just not sustainable price action whatsoever. So for me, okay, if we cannot break this trend, then I think we can look for a much, much bigger correction. Okay, but right, we're starting to show some signs, right? We are starting to show some signs that we can break this trend that we are in. Okay, that we can break this trend, right? But what do we need to do in order to, give us more confidence that we're going to break the trend, right? Well, we need to get above $65,000. Okay, if we're not going to get above $65,000, I still think we can go below $48,900. I still think that's a possibility. So this is why $65,000 is such a critical level and important level as well. We need to see $65,000 getting broken, because then what are we looking at, right? We're then looking at like higher time frame bullish structure, okay, and then this can of course turn into much higher time frame bullish structure, breaking the higher time frame bearish structure, right, getting above that 70k level and continuing that bullish structure to possibly all-time high, if not close to all-time high. Okay, but if we're not going to take out $65,000, right, remember we've got all of these long trades that have opened up, move up here. So any big pullback, okay, will wreck all of those. It will cause a huge long squeeze, right? That long squeeze could then, we could then see shorts opening up as well, right? And then we just get this huge like domino effect. Okay, of course we still have longs from down here that we can wreck as well. We just get this huge domino effect of this huge like long squeeze, right? Longs covering, which of course is selling into the market, into more longs who sell into more longs, and that domino effect that I talk about quite a lot, right? So yeah, this is something, of course, to be really aware of. If we can't get to $65,000, that is still a possibility, right? If we get to $65,000, right, and we can get above that, and then we get the pullback, right, then, right, what we have to think is, okay, we're a little bit, prices showing us some different signs now, more bullish signs, right? Because now we have, now we have the opportunity to form this bullish structure or continue this bullish structure that we are in, right? But if we can't get above $65,000 and then we get the pullback, right? There's no kind of reason for price to hold a higher low here. Okay, there's not really a reason, because we're kind of then not technically in bullish structure because we haven't got above $65,000. So getting above $65,000 would be that bullish case scenario. Okay, even though I'm looking for a short trade here, that would give us more of a bullish incentive on the market, right? If we can't get above $65,000, then we still have to, look for those lower price targets, because they are still going to be on the table, right? So that's important to think about. I will just bring up I can see Damien has put something in the Discord, so let me just pull up the Discord quick. Where are we? I haven't looked at the Discord. Looked at the Bitcoin TA chat today, to be fair. This count lines up. So I think that's the short that we were looking at yesterday, actually. So this is the short from, where are we here? Yeah, 68,500. Okay, no breakout traders. Similar formation getting trapped on this ascending triangle. What's this on the 4-hour chart? Trap traders getting trapped up here. Yeah. Initially, where's that coming into? That's coming into 66,325. 66,325. Let's just have a look here. So 66, 325, that naked point of control from there. So yeah, that's exactly where we're looking for those trap traders to come in, to be honest with you. And yeah, I guess you can look at this if we're going to continue to trade in this kind of like triangle pattern here, then yeah, that's what we could see a lot of retail traders looking at and longing. Of course, that could be another incentive for long trades to come in, right? Another reason for long trades to come in. So there's that, and then of course there is just that psychological level of $65,000. Breaking above $65,000 psychological, traders will be FOMO longing into that, right? What happens, and I've fallen for this before many times in the past as well. Of course, not in a very long time, but when I first started trading, I've fallen for this, right, where I think about entering. I've thought about entering into a long trade. I didn't, and then I saw price break above a major level, and I, possibly $65,000, and then I'm like, bugger, I've missed the long trade. I said I was going to long at this level, and I didn't. And now I have to long, and that's when all the FOMO longs come in, and then of course they long the top, they long the high, and then you get, of course, a bit of a pullback, forming all those trap traders at the high, and then price gets that much bigger long squeeze, right? When I first got into trading, that happened. I fell for that multiple times, and this is something that I fell for quite a few times, and I'm glad that I did. Why? Because now I know, right, from what I know now, that this is what traders do. This is what new traders do. Okay. And now I know, right, not to do that, and to actually try and catch when traders are doing this, and of course do the opposite, right? Exactly, do the opposite, right? And that's what works in these markets, right? That is exactly what works in these markets. So yeah, like Damien said, this is going to be the area, right? This is going to be the area for trap traders. If we do form the trap traders up there, then there's a big incentive for price to of course get a pullback. But like I said, right, that pullback could be a higher low, right, for another higher high. So that's something to of course be aware of as well. What's this? So let's have a brief look at what's going on here. Nothing. Yeah, like I said at the start, I'll try and keep it a bit shorter. I don't want to bore you by saying the same things all the time, right? Because basically the title is patience. That is the title of my life at this moment in time. Just patience, right? Waiting for that $65,000 level, and we may not see that $65,000 level. We may see a possible lower price target, right? So it's just patience, waiting for the key levels, and from of course that key level, once we tap a possible key level, that's when we can start looking at the charts, looking at the order flow, analyzing what's going on, and possibly look for that trade. But up until that point is patience, right? Up until that point, it is patience. Stock market is, let's have a quick bit of a zoomed in look here. So, again, bit of an intraday swing failure pattern here on the ES, right? But again, I'm not looking at the order flow on the ES, so I don't fully know where probably do, but I can't fact check that. I don't have the ES order flow. But yeah, I mean, the ES isn't showing any major signs of weakness. It's kind of redeemed itself, right? Because this is kind of where I was looking at possibly the stock market showing some weakness, where we formed a high, low, lower high, price was pulling back. Okay, could we pull back to another lower low? That's kind of where I was looking at, okay, maybe the stock market could be looking weak here, but then it's kind of just redeemed itself, right? Where we've got this V-shaped recovery, move up, new all-time highs. So yeah, I can't say that we're seeing much weakness on that stock market, right? Which of course gives the impression that we could see another move up, which of course leads into could possibly lead into Bitcoin as well. Whether that just be a move up to 65 to 67 before a bit of a correction and then another move up, or will that take Bitcoin up to $70,000 where we then get the correction from there? Again, the reason why I'm saying corrections is because, of course, when I ever trade, okay, I'm never looking to long a rise. I'm always looking to short a rise. And again, with a pullback, I'm never looking to short a pullback. I'm always looking to long a pullback. So it's it's at this moment in time, as long as price is rising, I am going to be looking for short trades, right? That's my plan at this moment in time. But then if we start to pull back, okay, of course I can look for long trades, right? So that is of course my plan at this moment in time. But yeah, I think I'll probably just leave that there. I don't want to drag it on for too long, because I understand I've been repeating myself for quite some time now, because again, it's patience. Now, like I've been saying in the previous live streams, I can only share with you my knowledge. I can only share with you trades that I take, because this is what I do full time. This is my day job, right? So I can only share with you what I know. I can only share with you the trades that I take. I'm not gonna look for trades that I wouldn't usually take just to create content, right? I'm sharing my knowledge. I'm sharing what I've found works in the market, and sometimes it requires patience for that. Okay, sometimes it does require quite a lot of patience for that. But yeah, trust me, we will get to one of our key levels at some point. We will. That is a certainty. I can tell you that. But yeah, again, it's just patience, right? It's literally just patience. I can see Damien in the chat. Q4 on the stock market earnings is most of the time very bullish, as CEOs make their look as good as possible for the end of the trading year. Breakout traders on Bitcoin are coming in. I smell them. Yeah, I think we've been smelling them for quite some time, haven't we, Damien? So yeah, we will see them soon. We will see them coming soon. We've just got to get out of this little mini range that we are in at this moment in time, and yeah, with time we will start to see them. But yeah, I will leave that there. Again, I don't want to repeat myself. I know, patience, and it will come. I promise it will come. But yeah, I hope you guys did get some knowledge, knowledge from this, and gain some experience from this as well. But yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, guys. And yeah, I will see any visionary members in the Discord. And of course, I will see you tomorrow for the next live stream, of course. But yeah, just remember that word patience. It's a very, very important one. So yeah, take care, guys, and see you later. Goodbye. Smash that thumbs up button as well. Thank you. Bye.
Take me home.